of a bounce here.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update and match preview for Bournemouth. Big up to everyone that's locked in, guys. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you are new round here. And there is plenty to go through as always. Ben Chilwell is back in the fold at Chelsea. He's been named in the 25-man Premier League squad, and he's going to be back training with the first team as well after obviously no solution could be found for his future. Reece James still injured in other shock news. Can you believe it? Reece James still injured, needs more time according to Enzo Fernandez. Romeo Lavia still out as well, hoping to be back for the West Ham game, although I'm not very hopeful on that front whatsoever. And of course, Malo Gusto is injured as well, so we have no right backs for tomorrow. No first team right backs. So it's going to be interesting to see what Maresca does selection wise there. He's also been speaking on Chukwuemeka, and he's been speaking on the position of Enzo Fernandez as well and where he sees him playing. So yeah, loads to dive into as always, guys. Obviously disappointing news with the Reece James situation. At this point, I just don't really know. I just don't really know what to say. You know, it's the same culprits, the same candidates. I mean, what more can we say on it, really? Other than it's just immensely frustrating. Obviously, it's going to be very frustrating for the players as that it concerns as well. But we've got a captain in Reece James who is like, you know, is like the fucking McDonald's milkshake machine. World class, but always fucking broken. That's what we're looking at with Reece James, like a McDonald's milkshake machine. That's where we're at with him. World class, never fucking working, and that's kind of the feeling around Reece at the moment. Is that yeah, he's great, but it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're never available on the pitch, then you are making no difference to this team whatsoever. And to be honest, he's not even back in full training. So for me, I think we can forget about seeing him against West Ham. We can forget about seeing him against Brighton. I honestly think we can forget about seeing him until after the next international break, which is just absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. Anyway, we're going to dive into this in a bit more detail. Let's see what people are saying in the chat first. Yes, big up. I would play Josh Akpom at right back over Caicedo and Disasi. What I would probably do is play Cucurella at right back and play Renato Vega at left back. Yes, big up, big up. Like Enzo Maresca's press conference today. Yeah, it was good. I thought it was good today. Yeah, Gusto was never going to play in this game. It was so obvious, you know. As soon as he wasn't pictured in training at the start of the week, it was never happening. It was never happening. Yeah, but it's the usual culprits: James, Lavia, and you know, Gusto does play a lot of football, but he also picks up a number of injuries as well. He does pick up a number of injuries. Usually with Chelsea, lots of noise about Chilwell, but no champagne. Yeah, unfortunately, that was the case. You know, we couldn't find a solution for him. And it's in Chelsea's best interest for him to be back training with the group, because otherwise his value is just going to go through the floor. He needs to stay sharp. He needs to be maybe playing some sort of football, whether it's Carabao Cup. You know, I still don't expect him to be named in many match day squads unless, you know, we've got a load of players out. So yeah, but let's start with the injury news. I mean, to be expected, if we're being brutally honest here. So Enzo Maresca says he hopes Romeo Lavia will be able to return for Chelsea in the next game, but Reece James will take longer. Malo Gusto also ruled out, so there was no time scale on Gusto. Hopefully Lavia for West Ham, although let's not get our hopes up too much. James basically needs more time, is what he was saying. And that's basically translation equals Reece James nowhere near returning. Ultimately, is where we're at, and obviously it's frustrating for no one more than him. Of course, it is frustrating for him, and we absolutely get that it's obviously frustrating for him. But Chelsea have got a captain who is now just literally never available, never present. And it's almost getting to the point where you're like, what do we do here? You know, I love Reece James. I think he's such a good footballer, but it doesn't matter how good you are. I'm not at the point where I'm giving up on him. I'm absolutely not giving up on him, but it's getting really, really frustrating that he simply cannot keep himself fit. You know, this was supposed to be a minor issue suffered before the Inter Milan game. He was missing the first 3 games anyway, but now he's going to miss probably, I reckon, at least the first 5, maybe first 6. There's no, he's not playing against West Ham. I don't even think he plays against Brighton. And I'd be surprised if he played against Barrow or Nottingham Forest as well. The whole thing is just an absolute shambles. It really is. And, you know, it's even more frustrating, as I was talking about yesterday, is that the club sort of just think we're idiots here. I mean, minor, what does that mean? You know, obviously minor normally means, oh, you know, maybe you miss a couple of days training, you might miss 1, maybe 2 games, absolute tops. This is not that. This is much more than minor. This is going to be a minor issue that is going to see him end up missing, I don't know, probably only Reece James could be suspended for the first 3 games of the season, but miss probably the first 6 because he's injured. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. It's just really, really frustrating, and I don't know what we I don't really know what we do about this right now. I'm not saying I don't have patience with Reece. I mean, Lavia, I haven't got as much of an issue with. He's only been here 1 season. Yeah, he was injured for the whole of that season. And he's obviously come back now. I'm sure when you've been out for a long time, maybe you are going to pick up a few niggles here and there when you come back from injury. Maybe that's right. I don't know. But it's hard not to have frustrations. It's hard not to have frustrations with this one. It really is. It really is difficult. Really is difficult. But yeah, it is a problem, isn't it? It is a problem. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, we are at this point waiting for some sort of magic sort of situation to occur where these guys can actually be fit for a run of games. When was the last time? I mean, Lavia, obviously not last season, the season before, he played a lot for Southampton. When was the last time Reece James was actually fit and played a run of games for Chelsea? When did that happen? When did it happen? I mean, does anyone know the last time that James actually played regularly for Chelsea and had a run of games? Because it's not going to be this season. It wasn't last season. Did he have a run under Graham Potter? No, not really, because he was injured a lot of that season as well. I remember him getting hamstring injury there as well. So when did this guy last have a run of games? I'm struggling here. I'm struggling here. I really am. I don't know. But you just can't have players in the squad that, I mean, I'm not saying that Lavia is on particularly big wages. I don't think he is, but you can't have players in the squad that are just picking up wages and they're just contributing absolutely nothing. And right now, unfortunately, Reece James is contributing nothing to Chelsea Football Club at this point in time. Now, I, like many others, are hoping that changes and that will change and that Reece will make big contributions this season. And it's early days still, by the way. You know, it's early days still. He was banned for the first 3 games anyway, so let's discount them. That's irrelevant, those first 3. Let's see how many games he misses from this point onwards. There's going to be no Bournemouth. That's at least 1. So we'll have to wait and see We'll have to wait and see what happens. But it's not good. It really isn't good. And I don't know what Chelsea do about this. Obviously, they're not going to sell Reece. I'm not suggesting that's going to happen. But at the same time, it's getting towards that point potentially where you look at it and you think, right, okay, how much longer as a football club can we sort of continue to just put up with this, continue to just accept that Reece James is only going to be available for maybe 20 games a season max, and that's good enough for us, and we're happy with that? Or are we going to get to a point where it's just like, yeah, this is not acceptable? Obviously, it's not your fault. I'm not saying that Reece James should be sold, but what I'm saying is that if we have another season like we've had the last couple, and he's picking up injuries, then we're faced with a very, very difficult situation of what to do, because I don't want to sell Reece James. I don't want to be having these sorts of conversations about Reece. I don't want to have these conversations about Reece, but unfortunately, we're in a situation where he's not available, he's not fit, and we do have to have these difficult conversations about him. So yeah, it's annoying, because you see Trent doing what he's doing for England, and Reece James should be part of that, and he should be doing something similar, but he's just spending way too much time on the treatment table. I get it, there might be maybe a few little complications from surgery and stuff, but we don't really know what's happened here. It's described as a minor hamstring problem. We don't know whether it's the same one as he had surgery on, whether it's complications from the surgery, or what it is. But the fact that he's not even back in full, he's not even back. This happened, by the way, before the season even started. This happened the week before the season started. And yet we're now over a month into the season, and Reece is he's not even in training. Not even in training. And we're over a month into the season, a month into it now, and he's not even training properly. He's not even doing full first team training. It's mad. It's utterly mad. Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what we do, guys. I don't know what we do. But it's no point having a captain who's not present and is contributing nothing to the football club. And right now, it's a shambles, is all I'm going to say. An absolute shambles. I mean, in regards to Romeo Lavia, look, I've got a bit more patience with him. Obviously, what happened last season is not good, that he missed the whole season. This season, he had a really good pre-season. He was probably one of, if not Chelsea's best performer in pre-season. Had a brilliant game against Man City. Comes on for about 10 minutes against Servette in the first leg, and hasn't been seen since. Again, minor hamstring problem, precaution, bollocks, absolute bollocks. Precaution, minor issue, and he's missed what? Wolves, Servette, again, second leg, Palace, and he's missing. So he's going to miss 4 games potentially with this minor issue that we were told about, and they're hopefully might be back for West Ham. The geezer's not even in training. Like, what is going on here? What is going on? It's a big problem. It's a big problem. I mean, Reece, I get the frustration. I mean, I think the frustration with Reece is warranted, in my opinion, but maybe less so with Lavia, because, to be honest, he's not really been an injury-prone player. He didn't come to Chelsea with a bad injury history. Obviously missed the whole of last season, but Southampton, he hardly had any injury issues at all. or when he was playing there. You know, he played fairly regularly. So yeah, we're in a scenario where this is just like, well, what's happening here? What's happening? I mean, guys, with 64 in the building, there's only 27 likes. Talking of what's happening, what is happening here with the likes? Let's run it up, guys. Let's run it up. It's free and it takes seconds to do. So please make sure you are smashing that like button, guys. It really helps me out. The numbers have taken a big dip recently. Unfortunately, it's ended a transfer window, international break. I don't think people are as interested in what's going on because there's no major breaking news and all that sort of thing. So yeah, now more than ever, the likes do really help, guys. So please do make sure you are smashing a like on the stream. It would be greatly appreciated. What are you lot saying in the chat? Brother, absolutely not. Is it? Yeah, it was said it was a hamstring problem. Yeah, James not playing West Ham. No chance. I wouldn't say a few months. I mean, I think he played a decent amount of games last season. Yeah, there were a few injury issues. There's no denying that. There absolutely were a few injury issues last season with Gusto. Look, if he just misses this game and he's back for the next one, I don't think it's a huge problem. But let's wait and see how many games he misses, because again, he does have a tendency to miss a few games here and there. I don't think they did say that. I've not heard that anywhere. Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic, all fit in their new clubs. Kante too. Yeah, you know full well that it's definitely a Chelsea thing, because loads of guys that were injured all the time at Chelsea have gone to new clubs and they're never injured. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the situation is. I don't think it is. You know, he's slimmed down a lot. So yeah, I'm a little bit unsure as to what's going on here. I don't know what he's doing in the rehab or what training he's doing or what work that he's doing that's meaning that his body's just kind of constantly letting him down. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But it is going to be interesting, guys. It is going to be interesting. You can't play a full game. You sell him. There's no other way. No, I'm not at that stage yet with Reece at all. But I have to be honest. If we have another season like last season, then it's very hard not to sort of think, yeah, fuck. You know, maybe that might be that. Maybe that could be happening. Should have sold James before the Abramovich extension. I don't think so. I do think medicals is probably look what happened to the horse placenta guy. The players still got injured. Who are you going to play right back tomorrow? Maybe Cucurella. Telling you Lavia will be out a long time too. Let's wait and see. But yeah, I don't believe that he might be back next game. Not for me. Fimoresca doesn't want to rush the players back. I don't really know if it's down to solely him. It will be a collaborative effort between him and the medical department. But Reece is not even back in training. You know, like there's being cautious and there's being cautious. Lavia and Reece James, the usual suspects, very soon. Yeah, questions will be. No, I know Chilwell left back, be Renato Vega. Don't know how long Gusto's out for. There was no mention of it. Fans prefer transfer season to actual football. Yeah, it's hard not to feel that way sometimes. Maresca, time to show your mettle, going to be tough going unless we pick up a few wins. Yeah, we do. We need to pick up some wins. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. What else are we going on? Bro, yeah, but what I'm saying is fine, but the guy's not even returned to full first team training since before the season started. So that protecting him is not washing for me, because what you're protecting someone that they've got a minor issue supposedly, and yet from that Inter Milan game the week before the season started all the way up until now, he's not even back in first team training. So like protecting him, that's nonsense, because he'd at least be back in training. Maybe they wouldn't be putting him back into a match. I don't know. It's become too much. No, he's trimmed down a lot. I mean, I personally feel that Mount is paying the price of playing way too much football at a young age. There was a period of maybe 2 or 3 years where Mount literally played every minute of every game. Played for Chelsea, for England, in and around that period of that Euros where we reached the final at Wembley. He was playing all the time for club and for country. No proper break for a few years. And I just think his body's letting him down as well. It's high time we sell Reece and get Hakimi. Well, I mean, that's not going to happen. Can we not turn Mudryk into a wing back? I don't think we're going to be really playing wing backs. It's all very much the rage. Is this, inverting business now? That's all the rage these days. Invert, guys. That's what we're doing. It's so hard to get the team to gel and to see what we can do when key positions keep being hampered with injuries. Yeah, it is really annoying. I mean, luckily for us on this one, at least it's not maybe a centre-back issue. You're not having to switch the centre-back pairing. But yeah, having to keep changing the pairing or changing your back line is you need continuity there. It's not an area of the pitch that you want to constantly be switching up. It really isn't. It really isn't. Plus, then you've got maybe doubts over Enzo and Caicedo, potentially due to the fact that, late, long travel, getting back late from South America, jet lags to fucking whatnot. This is the big downside with South American players on the international break. It's an absolute shafting, basically. Is that they just get an absolute fucking, because so far, time difference and all that, late, it's not optimal preparation at all for any football match. Problem if Reece James leave, he could stay fit. Yeah, no, of course he will. You know full well that if Chelsea ever did get rid of Reece James, this guy would be fit and available most of the time at whatever his next club would be. We know that full well. Guys, it's just under 100 in the building. We're still only on 40 likes. Please keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Run it up, guys. Let's keep it moving. 40 likes. This needs to be well over 50. There's 94 in the building. No excuses not to be smashing that like button, and there's no excuses not to be subscribing to the channel. So please do so. Of all the positions, why must it be our fullbacks? It's always the fullbacks, and it's seeming. I mean, Cucurella doesn't seem to be particularly injury prone, which is a good thing. I know he missed a few months last season with an ankle problem, but generally speaking, he doesn't seem to be too bad. Chilwell is constantly injured. Reece injured all the time. Gusto is picking up a few too many injuries for my liking. And then there's Lavia, who, yeah, I mean, we can't be having guys having other seasons, where he's barely playing. We just can't have that. We simply cannot have that at all. I would be absolutely raging if that is the case. But that's the latest on those injury issues, and hopefully at some point maybe we find out a little bit more. But it's all very vague, all very, very vague, guys, very vague. Just not ready, and it's what the fuck are we supposed to do? But yeah, I mean, you look at it now and you're sort of thinking, I know hindsight's great, but you sort of look at Lavia injury. There's no real natural replacement for Lavia in the squad. I mean, Ugochukwu, we could have potentially done with him. I mean, Enzo could obviously play in that deeper role, but he's not the same kind of destructive force that Lavia is. And, for all the money we've spent and all the players we've got at our disposal, there doesn't really seem to be like a like-for-like replacement for Romeo Lavia when he's not available, and that's a problem. That is a problem. I think we'll see Cole. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he goes with a back three. No, I definitely don't think he goes with a back three. But maybe let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. But I'd be shocked. I think it will be. I mean, look, most likely it'll just be Disasi playing right back, in my opinion. You know, not Caicedo. If Lavia was fit and playing in this game, you could maybe make a case for Caicedo to play at right back. But I think with no Lavia, we are going to need Caicedo to play in the midfield, and we're also going to need Enzo in there as well. I suspect that Disasi will play at right back, but my preference would be, as I said, a Cucurella right back with Renato Vega at left back. So let's see on that one. I mean, get to the point where we might actually have to start playing wingers at right back. You know, I know we kind of joke a little bit on that, but yeah, we are getting to the point where that might have to happen. That might have to happen, guys. Wingers playing at fullback. At least we maybe have that option. But yeah, it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. It's not optimal. So Chilwell is fully not not for this game. He won't be. No. Yeah, we know it will be Disasi. We know it will be Disasi. We know it will be. But let's move away from those injuries, and let's move away from back to someone who now is seemingly back amongst things. Ben Chilwell has been included in Chelsea's 25-man Premier League squad and will meet with head coach Enzo Maresca about his future. Now, I don't think this should be as big a surprise as maybe some people think it is. You're obviously not going to pay someone 200 grand a week to train away from the first team. I mean, contrary to common belief, Chilwell hasn't actually been training away from the first team squad the whole time. When Maresca's not had a full group available to him, or when people have been injured or absent, Chilwell has been training with the first team to make up the numbers. But now it looks like he's set for a full return to first team training. He's not in the Conference League squad, so his only chances of playing are basically Carabao Cup or in the Premier League if there's a big injury crisis. So that's sort of where we're at right now. Chilwell is not going to start. The geezer's not played football for God knows how long. He absolutely isn't going to be starting. I still don't think this really changes that much. He's only going to really play if there's a massive injury crisis. And he obviously ticks the box for the homegrown quota. So as far as I'm concerned, why would you not name Chilwell in the Premier League squad? Why would you not do that? You know, he needs to be in and around, keeping himself sharp. He needs to be, playing some sort of football to get himself in the shot window. Maybe he plays against Barrow in the Carabao Cup. Maybe that's a possibility on that one. I mean, I don't know for certain, but maybe that is the case. And then we look at what he might bring. I mean, I think he's just a nice guy to have around the place. And I know that we want him to be a decent player. He's done at Chelsea, but it shouldn't be a surprise. He's not taking a spot away. He's not taking a spot away from anyone else that people think maybe should be in there. We know long term he's not part of the plans and he's on his way out. So in the meantime, guys, you may as well just have him in and around the dressing room. Ultimately, you may as well just have him in and around the dressing room, and if he can get the odd minute here and there, just to put himself into the shot window potentially. Let people know, this guy does still exist. This guy does still play football. And look, even if he doesn't play, it'll just be good to have some more experience just around the dressing room on a match day situation. I'm not suddenly expecting Chilwell to be named in match day squads or anything like that. That is absolutely what I am not expecting to happen. But this shouldn't be a surprise. And I think this is really, in my view, this is a good thing. But what I would say is that Chelsea, I don't know if we come out of this looking good or not. I don't know if we come out of this looking good or not, is my honest answer on that. Do we come out of that looking good? No, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. You just sort of think like all that fuss for basically no reason because we couldn't get a move sorted out. And now he just comes back into the fold and then we just try again. I don't really know. Let's see what we're saying. Ben Chilwell has been included in Chelsea's 25-man Premier League squad and will meet with Enzo Maresca about his future. Maresca had frozen Chilwell out of his plans, but the left-back didn't secure a move away from the club. Chilwell was omitted from the Conference League squad, but will now be eligible to play in the Premier League until January. Ben is now probably the only one that is still here. This is Maresca speaking. We're going to sit with him and find a solution because he's the only one. He's probably going to be back with us in a training session. We will see. Because right now he's not training. He's not training with us. The reason why he's training apart is because the idea was for him to leave, but because he didn't find a solution, he is probably going to start to train with us. Apparently, Chilwell was surprised not to be part of the Conference League squad. But Maresca's saying that he's okay. So there we go. There we go. Nothing really much more to add there. But look, I think it's squad numbers now confirmed. Yep. No, I don't think there's a recall option. For the rookie right back, I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. I think that's, if we're being honest here, that's way too big an ask. Way too big an ask in my mind. That's a huge ask, guys. A huge ask. I just, for me personally, I don't see that being the case, people. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't read too much into that either. They're at the club. They're going to have a number. That doesn't suddenly mean that those guys are going to be there. Do you remember when Poch said in one of their press conferences last season, don't forget we have Washington, and then proceeded to naming him no match day squads for the rest of the season. That was a funny one. But yeah, look, this Ben Chilwell stuff, I don't think this shouldn't be a big deal, guys. This shouldn't be a big deal whatsoever. Yeah, Kellyman is injured. He's got a hamstring problem. He's out for like 2 months, I think is how long he's out for. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I've got absolutely no idea. But I'd be very surprised to see Chilwell really feature on any sort of regular basis in the first team. Oh yeah, Kellyman was an FFP swap. Well, of course it was. Like anyone sort of that's why I kind of just ignored that transfer and didn't really pay much attention to it. I knew exactly what it was. Kellyman obviously had no say in what was happening, and he's ended up at Chelsea, and he's never going to play for us. I knew straight away this geezer was never playing for us when he arrived, and straight away knew he's never playing for us. I called it with Angelo, and I'm calling it again now. This geezer is never going to play for Chelsea. He's not. 25 mil on another. Who's the 25 mil injury prone guy? If you're talking about Kellyman, he was 18. He was 19 mil. But yeah, I hear what you are saying on that one. I hear exactly what you're saying on that one. I hear exactly what you are saying on that one. Bro, he was never playing. Kellyman was never playing, people. That's what we need to realise here. Kellyman was never signed to play. He was signed as an FFP favour. And the sooner people realise that, the better. Yes, we spent £19 million on him. It's dog shit. It's shambolic. But there's no room for Kellyman. This geezer wasn't signed to play. He's just basically part of a financial of PSR. That's That's where we're at. He was just a PSR transfer. I feel sorry for him. This is a young kid's career here that we're basically playing with and just fucking up. So yeah, great, fantastic, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Brilliant stuff, people. Brilliant stuff on our behalf here. Look, Chilwell's in for two reasons, in my opinion. One, because he needs to play some sort of football somewhere to sort of just put himself in the shop window. And secondly, he counts as homegrown, and we need to fill that quota. So those are the reasons he's in the squad. He's not being named because he's suddenly gonna be featuring on a regular basis. Chilwell is not going to feature on a regular basis for Chelsea. Let's make that absolutely clear. This changes nothing in the long run. He's not going to suddenly be part of the plans. This will be until January. Find a solution in January, and then go from there. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that Dewsbury Hall does start tomorrow. I think there's a very good chance of that happening. Well, yeah, we're not going to sell him now, but why is Nkunku not getting enough minutes? I think that could be managing his minutes after being out for so long, but I also feel that, if we're being brutally honest here, excuse me, and I'm a big fan of Nkunku. He had a good pre-season, but in the Premier League, he's not really done anything. He's not really done anything. Yes, he got two important penalties in each leg against Servette, which we needed. But if we're looking at Nkunku's all-round performances so far this season across the games that he's featured in, he's not really done much. So you can't really make a case for him to be starting at the moment, because the evidence of what he's done so far is not particularly compelling. If I say so myself, it's not particularly compelling. Guys, keep running these likes up. We're on 56 with 94 in the building. Make sure you keep smashing that like button, guys. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and it massively, massively helps out, particularly when the numbers are a little bit lower than they normally are, because we're in an international break. We've come off the transfer window and whatnot. So yeah, please do run it up, guys. Please do run it up. Keep smashing that like button, and please keep subscribing to the channel as well if you're new around here. The fact they took the vice captaincy off him, I speculated that would mean they wanted rid of him. So Enzo and Caicedo are ahead of him captain wise. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, but yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying. Where's this energy? Like, if we start picking up regular injuries, and it's only a few right now, and look, I don't think you can blame Lavia and Reece on Poch, because they're always injured. Well, certainly Reece anyway. But generally speaking, if we start picking up a few more injuries, I want to hear. Are people going to be saying that? I want to hear those same people that are blaming Poch for injuries because of his training methods. I want to hear those same people. Are they going to blame Maresca's training methods? Of course they're not. Of course they aren't. Obviously, you'd much rather have Nkunku. Enzo Fernandez is not a number 10. Not a number 10. People need to realise this. But yeah, anyway, Ben Chilwell is back in the squad. And look, I'm pleased for him. It can't be easy from a mental standpoint, turning up to Cobham, not really training with your teammates, very much feeling excluded from everything that's going on. So yeah, this for me is good that he's back in there. And let's see whether he features or not. I think long term this doesn't really change anything. I still think he's probably not going to be involved in many, if any, match day squads. Really, only if there's a lot of absences and a lot of injuries, then we might actually see him play. But look, I think this is good for him. This is good for him. And anyway, we were talking about Enzo, not as a 10. Maresca was speaking about Enzo Fernandez's position in the presser. It's very, very difficult in the way we play that can find a midfielder that can attack like an attacking midfielder and defend like a defensive midfielder. Arsenal used Rice, City used Gundogan in the past. In our case, we are trying to find the balance and find a solution. At the moment, Enzo is the only one when we have the ball playing like an attacking midfielder and off the ball, dropping off with Moy to find the defensive balance. And look, that is true in terms of Enzo is the only midfielder we have in the squad that is capable of sort of doing the defensive midfield side of the game, but also doing the attacking side of the game as well. I'm not saying he's amazing as an attacking midfielder. He's not, but he's definitely better than the likes of Caicedo and Romeo Lavia in that regard. Absolutely better than the likes of Caicedo and Lavia in that regard. And he probably is the only one that can do both jobs. Is he great at both jobs? Maybe not. Maybe not right now. But yeah, we're looking at it and we're sort of thinking, yeah, okay, this is kind of where he's going to play. And for me, we all know that his best position is playing as a deepest midfielder, in my view. And so when Lavia's out, he can absolutely get to it. But I don't know whether that's going to be the situation or not. I don't know if that's going to be the situation or not. But we will see. We'll see. But he's definitely the only one that can do both sides of the game. And look, defensively, he needs to improve. I've always said Enzo on the ball is great, brilliant on the ball. Off the ball, his positional sense, those aspects of his game, they need to be improved. They absolutely need to be improved. The defensive aspects of the game must be improved. There's no denying that. Enzo is a good footballer. I don't know why he seems to divide opinion so much, but he absolutely is a good footballer. He is a good footballer. I do agree that he gets caught out. Let me just turn these lights on. That he gets caught out sometimes in the transition, and maybe his athleticism or lack of it at times does let him down. I am not disputing that at all. I think that is very, very much a fair point to make. I think that's a very fair point to make. So yeah, we will see on that front. But look, I think he's definitely got a place there. He's definitely got a place in the squad. No denying it. Absolutely got a place for us in the squad for sure. Absolutely for sure. And well, yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We are gonna see on that one. We're gonna see on that one. Yes, brother, I will be there. I will be there. Yeah, got the confirmation Thursday. Got the confirmation Thursday evening. It was a bit of a late one. I was sweating on it. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be going. I'd sort of given up hope, and then Keith, shout out to Keith. I don't know if he's watching or not, but big up to Keith who came through strong. And yeah, I will be at the game tomorrow, and I'll be at West Ham away as well the weekend after, guys. So yeah, plenty to look forward to. There will be the vlog coming from what's the stadium called again? What's the Bournemouth ground called again? Not the King Power. It's not Dean Court. What's the Bournemouth ground called again? I can't even remember what it's called. The Vitality. That's the one. Yes, all good, brother. Hope you're well. Find it no surprise last season our best form was. I just don't look. Obviously, it was sure, but there were loads of games that he also played last season where we had good performances as well. Admittedly, not our best performances of the season, but there were games where we still played well with him in there. So I don't think it's as easy as saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is the situation." I don't believe that's the case. No, bro, I don't think Cassidy at all. Yeah, we're not a 12:30 kickoff though, are we? Where it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, not 12:30. It's absolutely an 8 o'clock, not a 12:30. Guys, keep smashing the likes, by the way. We're on 61 now. Let's get this up to 100 likes. Come on, guys. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Let's let's run it up. Let's run it up now. Get it done, people. Come on. Please keep smashing that like button and please keep subscribing to the channel if you are new round here as well. It would be very much appreciated. But the likes are really appreciated, guys, particularly at these points in the season where it's difficult with the numbers and whatnot. The likes are really important. So please, let's get it up to 100. Come on, guys. You can do this. The community is strong here. The community is strong. Yeah. That's going to be peak. I can't wait for that one. Cannot wait for that one at the shittest ground in the league. And we've got a shit record there. And and 12:30 to top things off. But whatever happens, I'll be going straight to the boxing after that. AJ against Daniel Dubois at Wembley. So maybe that, there's something to look forward to after the inevitable shit show at the London Stadium. Unfortunately, the Taylor game is tomorrow night, guys. The Taylor game is tomorrow night. Not good. Not good. So yeah, that's where we are on that one. That is where we are at. But anyway, guys, let's get into the team. Let's get into the team. I want to hear your thoughts on what team that you'd pick. I'm going to pick my team, and this is the team that I would like to see. This is not a prediction or anything like that. This is not me predicting what Enzo Maresca is going to do. This is me saying what I would like to see or what I think is maybe the best solution for us. And I'm going to bring it up on screen now. And we're going to talk tactics, people. We're going to talk tactics and we're going to get it down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so when Chelsea played West Ham at 12:30, we're meant to do 12:30. No, seems like we get Taylor more than just about anyone. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. Yeah, I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea whatsoever what that's about. That one. It's it's a crazy one. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why that's why we're in for a 7:30 kickoff on a fucking Saturday. But 8 o'clock, sorry. But that's where we're at. It's going to be a late one. Luckily for me, I'm not traveling too far for it. Luckily for me, I'm not traveling too far for it. What else is going on? Right. Anyway, guys, let's dive into it then. So for me, obviously, Jorgensen, I think, picked up a bit of a knock on international duty, but I think I've seen him pictured in training. So obviously, not really as big an issue as first thought. But he's obviously not going to play. We know he's not going to play. So it's going to be Sanchez in goal. My thoughts on Sanchez, they haven't changed. But at the same time, I can't really pick fault in his performances over the last couple of games because he's not really done anything wrong, which therefore means we are likely due a bit of a bozo moment from him tomorrow. I mean, that would be typical. That would be typical, wouldn't it? That would be typical. That a bozo moment from Sanchez is incoming. That is what I'm expecting. A bozo moment from Robert Sanchez. That's what I'm expecting, people. Cannot wait for it. Cannot wait for that bozo moment. But yeah, Sanchez in goal. It's going to take a lot more than a couple of decent games where it's going to take a lot more than a couple of games where he's not made a mistake for me to have any sort of change of mind on Robert Sanchez. It's going to take a lot more than that, guys. So you can definitely say for sure. But what I'm going to do is, and I think I mentioned it earlier in the stream, I think a lot of other people have mentioned it in the chat as well. For me, and I don't think he will do this, but I'm going to play Cucurella at right back, and I'm then going to play Renato Vega at left back. And then obviously the centre-back pairing is going to be the same. It will be Chilwell and obviously Fofana. That's the back four that I go with. I think if we're being honest here, guys, it probably is going to be Disasi at right back. That's what I would expect. But this for me is better. Cucurella out of position at right back is much better than Disasi out of position at right back. At least Cucurella is an actual fullback. Yeah, okay, it's going to be on the opposite side, but at least he's actually a fullback. So that's always a bonus, guys. That is always a bonus. At least he's actually a fullback. So that's a plus there. Bro, I do as well, but we're not going to get it. I'd be shocked if we kept a clean sheet tomorrow. Saturday night, 8 p.m. kickoff after an international break. No recognised right back. Anthony Taylor as referee. Something's going to go wrong. You know, we might still end up winning, but something's going to go wrong. It really is. In terms of the midfield, then, I think Dewsbury Hall's going to. I've got a feeling that Dewsbury Hall was going to start this game, but for me, what I'm going with here is I want Enzo Fernandez at the base here. I want Moises Caicedo here. I'll be real, guys. I'm probably playing Dewsbury Hall. I'm probably playing Dewsbury Hall, to be perfectly honest. That's what I'm going with there. I think we're going to need a little bit of, bit more steeliness in the midfield. I think that's what I would go for. I mean, Enzo and Caicedo are both going to play. Whether you want to switch them round or not is another matter. But then you've got the problem of where do you play Palmer? Yeah, fuck. I've sort of forgotten about that because Madueke is obviously going to play. So actually, I'll scrap that Dewsbury Hall team. We're going with this. We're going Cole Palmer here. And I know it looks like an advanced 8, but it will kind of, you can get it like that and then like that, or whatever it's going to end up being. But yeah, for me, Palmer sort of floating around there is what it's going to be. And then Madueke on the right. I mean, it can't not be him. So him and, I'll be honest, right, we still don't really know what Chelsea's best team is. I agree. I don't think they play a full game. I agree that they don't play a full game. But I would still expect both of them to start. But I agree that they definitely won't both be playing a full game. That's for sure. So yeah, if he starts or he doesn't start, Dewsbury Hall is definitely going to play some part in this game, in my view. I'd be surprised if Dewsbury Hall didn't feature in this game at all. Felix, for me, is not going to start on the left. I would be going Neto on the left. I know we've got Jadon Sancho available now as well. I think he'll start on the bench, personally. We go Neto, Madueke, and then Nicholas Jackson, fresh off signing the new contract. Now, that's what I would go with. Bro, we can't be giving our best players at the moment a break. We can't be doing that. This is the 4th game of the season. He's one of our most informed players, and we've got 1 win from our first 3 Premier League games. We can't be taking liberties and resting players after the international break with the predicament that we're in. Nah, bro, he's not going to get minutes. Like against Crystal Palace, Cassidy was on the bench ahead of him. Like it's not happening. If he's named if he's actually in the match day squad, that would be probably as good as it's going to get for Carney. It'd be as good as it's going to get for him. If he's in the match day squad, that's how good it's going to get. That's how good it's going to get. But yeah, that's what I'd go with. I mean, most of it picks itself. That left wing slot, you could argue, you could say Neto, you could say Felix, you could even say Jadon Sancho potentially. There's options on that there, but through the middle is obviously Nicholas Jackson. Madueke on the right hand side is locked in. Palmer's locked in as a 10. I think these two are locked in as well. Realistically, guys, I'll be honest. in my opinion, the only position that's actually up for debate is this left wing slot. I actually don't think any other position tomorrow is up for debate. I don't think any other position's up for debate. I honestly don't. That's the only one for me tomorrow where I'm thinking, yeah, okay, there's a decision to be made there. There's not a decision to be made through the middle. There's not a decision to be made on the right. There's not a decision to be made in the 10 for Cole Palmer. Look, you might have a situation where maybe Renato Vega does play in midfield and one of Enzo and Caicedo, because of the travelling and stuff, don't start. But Enzo, having been captain, is surely going to start. You know, I'd be shocked if he didn't start. So I almost look at that and I think that's not going to be a million miles away from what the team might be. I'm not saying that I've got this bang on, but I don't think this is going to be far away from what the team is. I really don't. I think there's a good chance that this is going to be what the team is, guys. I think there's a good chance this is going to be what the team will be. But we wait and we see. That's all we can do, people. We're just going to wait and see. I don't know what the scenario is going to be here. But we are going to wait and see, people, on what happens. We're going to wait and see. That's what I'd do. Yeah, Palmer's got to be in the 10. Like, Palmer is the main choice for the 10. No questions asked at all. Palmer absolutely in the 10. Pure and simple, guys. Cole Palmer, he plays number 10. Simple as that. Simple as that. Felix could play off the left-hand side. You never know. He could absolutely play off the left-hand side. But then we're looking at, who else are we looking at? I don't know who else we're looking at. Net in Nkunku. I don't think Nkunku plays. I think Sancho's going to play. Sancho is going to play. We know that. We know Sancho's going to play. But in terms of who else is going to play, I don't know, is the honest answer, guys. I don't know. Felix is not a winger, but this is the problem. When you've got all these wingers and realistically there's only one number 10 slot, some of these number 10s are going to have to fucking play out wide, and it just doesn't really work. Yeah, I think Sancho will. Do you think Cole Palmer will be left out starting 11 for some games? Yeah, he will be. He's not going to play against Barrow. He's not going to be playing any of the Conference League group stage games. So yeah, he's going to be Premier League. He's going to be starting. I think that much is obvious and that much is clear. Premier League, this guy will be starting. You know, no questions asked. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. Guys, keep smashing that like button. We're on 71 likes. We're 80 in the building. Let's get this up to 80 likes. Come on, guys. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and I would really, really appreciate it. So, guys, we've got this locked in. We've got this locked in. Let's get it to 80 at least. We should really be hitting 100 likes, but I don't know how likely that is to happen. But let's run it up to 80, and let's get 2 more subscribers, guys. There must be 2 of you in here who aren't subscribed. We need that to reach 11,730. So make sure that we do that. Make sure that we do that, guys. Run it up, and let's get 2 more subscribers in here. You know, we're crawling towards 12K. Progress has slowed a little bit after the transfer window, but we're still grinding. We're still grinding, guys. So let's make sure we do it. No, I don't want no Felix false 9 vibes. You know, that's not. It's got the geezer's got zero physical presence. That's not for me. Could imagine Dewsbury Hall will play instead of Caicedo. Yet there's a possibility. There's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if Dewsbury Hall started tomorrow either. It would be a bit more offensive, yeah. But again, you know, we've got to make sure that we don't leave ourselves too open. You know, Bournemouth have got capabilities of definitely scoring against us. They're going to be good from set pieces. We are going to need to keep things reasonably tight. Reasonably tight. There's no doubt about it. You know, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I wouldn't worry about the FA Cup right now. That doesn't start till January. No, I wouldn't, purely because he's not really had much of a look in around the first team, and to just chuck him straight into a game of this magnitude, nah, that's not for me. I wouldn't be doing it. I think he'll be in the squad, and I think he'll be on the bench potentially. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be chucking it. I wouldn't be chucking him in. No, I wouldn't be chucking him in. That's absolutely clear. I would not be chucking him in. So yeah, that is my answer. But I'd have him in the squad and I'd have him on the bench, definitely. But yeah, I'm not starting him. I'm not starting him. That's my team. I mean, I don't know how I feel about this game, because I don't think our record's particularly good there, guys. I mean, we drew 0-0 there last season, really frustrating game. Then the season before that we won 3-1 under Lampard, the only game that we won in his sort of 10-match spell at the end of that Potter season. But then I don't know when the last time we won there before was. When was the last time we won before that little Lampard interim spell? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure when the last time was that we won. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one, isn't it? It's gonna be a really interesting one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. It's going to be tricky. It's 8 p.m. kickoff. It's Taylor. It's a tough place to go. It's a small ground. Crowd's going to be up for it. Weather could be shit. Who knows? We've got injuries and whatnot. I mean, if you were going to predict a loss with the circumstances how they are right now, you would almost think, yeah, shit, this has potentially got Chelsea loss written all over it. But maybe it doesn't, guys. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we can pull something out. We need something to be pulled out of the bag. Bournemouth and West Ham away, both those games, we need one win minimum from those two games. We can't, for me personally, it's got to be 4. If we got 4 points out of these next two, I'd be absolutely delighted with that. I'd be absolutely delighted with 4 points out of the next two games. I'd sign on for that right now. I would sign on for that right now. 4 points on the next two games. Do I think we're going to get it? No, but we can all pray and we can all dream, guys. Maybe at some point we've got to start winning, guys. At some point we are going to have to start winning at these. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. We might beat Bournemouth. Yeah, there's every chance. I mean, I didn't have any confidence on the train up to Wolves, and we ended up pulling something out of the bag. Bournemouth again is going to be similar. People, it's going to be similar. I don't know what sort of confidence to have for it, but yeah, I think there could be some confidence. There could be some sort of confidence because, funnily enough, the owners aren't playing. I really don't think that's going to be a big deal. Really don't think it's going to be a big deal. Really don't think that's going to be a big issue. I think that's a bit strong. Look, things aren't great right now, but I wouldn't say we're a disgrace. I think that's I do think that's a little bit strong there. Obviously, we all want things to be better. It's not ideal what's happening right now. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, isn't it? It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. But we need, this is the thing, right? When you've got external noise and you've got issues going on at the football club, what you need to do more than ever is get results. Because if you pick the results up, that noise goes away. It kind of fades into insignificance. I can tell you now, if Chelsea lose tomorrow and they lose against West Ham or they lose one of those games, it's going to be all the ownership situations affecting stuff on the pitch. You know, what next for Chelsea? Can Maresca deal with all this? And you know exactly what's coming, guys. So if we can just pick up wins, put those results on the board, then yeah, I think we're going to be in a position where that sort of chat is going to pale into insignificance. You know, that's where it's going to be. You know, we're gonna have to see. I don't know, but that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. We have to start winning. We have to start winning games of football to silence all the noise. That's all we can do. We've got the capability. And do you know what, guys? Like, I know this doesn't get you the points on the board, but we haven't actually played. For me personally, right? I haven't looked at any of our games this season, Premier League. Second leg against Servette was dog shit. But Premier League games against City, against Wolves, and against Palace, we actually haven't. In my opinion, we've not played badly in any of those games. We haven't played badly in any of those games, in my view. Now, my view could be, wrong. Could people might disagree on that. But I don't think we've played badly in any games, in any of our Premier League games this season. It's very much been fine margins. We made 2 dog shit mistakes against City. We played well against Wolves, particularly second half, and against Palace, we actually played pretty well. We didn't take our chances, and we failed to clear our lines from one set piece, and we got punished. Now, ultimately, that is what it's like at the top level. I absolutely understand that and absolutely appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, come on, guys. I don't think we've played badly in any. I don't think we played badly in any. So yeah, it's about time we put it all together and a decent result came through. A decent result came through. So yeah, I'm hopeful, people. I am hopeful. What else we got going on here? We need to start winning games. We want champion. Yeah, we absolutely do. And this is the thing, guys. If we're being honest here, right? Yeah, you can point to the draws against Burnley and Sheffield United, but ultimately, what it boiled down to last season was we missed out on Champions League football because we had 3 wins in our first 10 Premier League games. We're 1 win in our first 3 right now. 1 win in 4 has got the danger of becoming 1 win in 5 in the next 2 weeks. So we have got to get ourselves together. We've got to put our shit together because 1 win in 3 could soon become 1 in 5. And then you're spiraling a little bit and things are getting out of control. That's just the reality of the situation we find ourselves in. Yet they do. Bournemouth have got a strong physical team, players that aren't afraid to get stuck in. Let you know they're there. So this is going to be a tough one. Yes, big up, brother, big up. I hope Caicedo scored a wonder goal from the halfway line. Oh yeah, but that was the last time we played Bournemouth. Was the final game of last season. And we had a Caicedo worldie. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen again because it's not. Let's just be perfectly clear. That is not going to happen again. But yeah, it's going to be... I am looking forward to this game. It's always... we've moaned about international football, so there's no point moaning about Chelsea being back. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also fully aware that this is going to be... this is going to be tough for us. This is going to be tough. And I don't want to say it's must win in the 4th game of the season, but I am saying it's must not lose. It's must not lose, in my opinion. And people might think, "Oh, that's mad. What's going on? What's going on here?" How can you say it's must not lose and we're in the 4th game of the season? But it's the it's it's getting to the point where if it was something to become 1 win in 4, you're still thinking, fuck, 1 win in 4, then that might turn into 1 win in 5. And you're just like, yeah, things are not looking good. No, I don't think so. Look, footballers did get injured a lot. You know, I don't think. I mean, look, the game's going to be more physical now. Maybe there's more demands on the body. There's a lot more games in the calendar than there used to be back in whatever period you're referring to. Look, if anything, diets and the things are better. The way they train is better as well. All the advancements in sports science and things like that. Look, I think it's a combination of things potentially. You know, I don't think, you know, maybe we'll ever get to the bottom of exactly what it is, but yeah, it's going to be a combination of things. You know, I wouldn't say it was diet or the way that they're training or anything like that, because those things have definitely come on leaps and bounds since those earlier eras. Guys, we're 83 likes. Come on, let's get this to 100 likes. We are almost at the 100 likes mark, guys. So smash that thumbs up button. It's free. Please do run it up. Please do run it up. We need 15 more likes. Let's at least get this to 90 likes, guys. Come on. You know, that should be light work. That really should be light work. Should be no issues whatsoever with that. So please do run it up. Please do run it up. Let's get 5 more likes for the 90. But yeah, people, let me know your score predictions in the chat. What are you guys thinking for this one? What are you thinking? You know, it's not going to be an easy one. I think we're going to concede. If I'm being totally honest, I think it's probably going to end up being 1-1. But I would love it to be. I'd love it to be good. You know, I'd love us to get the win. I'd love us to just get a scrappy 1-0. A scrappy 1-0, shit goal, backs to the wall job. That would be my favourite one. That would be those sorts of wins, the ones you have to dig in for and work really, really hard. That would be my that would be preferable. That is how I would like to you know, it's what I'd like to see tomorrow. It's great to see sort of 5 or 6 goals, but we've got to learn how to win games dirty again. We've got to learn how to win games dirty. We've got to learn how to grind out 1-0 results. That's exactly what we need to do. We've got to learn how to do that. And right now, that's more for me. Yeah, okay, we need to take more of our chances, sure. But we've got to learn how to dig in and grind out results. We've got to grind those results out, get those 1-0s, get those scrappy wins, because it very much feels like we've forgotten how to do that, and we need to get back to. We've got to get back to doing that. We've got to get back to doing that, and hopefully, you know, we can maybe start with that tomorrow. A 0-0, I would probably take a 0-0 now. You know, a clean sheet would be a positive, but yeah, otherwise, there's not really that many other positives from a 0-0 draw situation. There just isn't. There just absolutely isn't. So yeah, it looks like we're set for a difficult one, guys. We are set for a difficult one. But I think if we can get the win here, that's going to breed confidence, big confidence, and we could potentially go on a bit of a run. We could go on a bit of a run. We really could. If we can get this win tomorrow, we go on a run, and think things could look very, very different. Very, very different. So yeah, people can't underestimate how important winning tomorrow would be, given the fixtures are difficult. The fixtures are difficult. You know, we're looking at what we're looking at here. We're looking at, obviously, tomorrow we've got Bournemouth away. Then we've got West Ham away. Then we've got Barrow in the Cup. Then we've got Brighton up. So the next 3 games in the league are Bournemouth away, West Ham away, Brighton home. 3 difficult games. 3 really, really difficult games. I don't know how. I don't know how these games are going to go, but that's 3 difficult games where if we can get 7 points out of it, that's a fantastic return that I think all of us are signing up for. We can get 7 points from the next 9, which are 3 difficult games. Then that's a job well done. But you don't want to start this run of fixtures losing the first one. That is what you absolutely do not want to do. Guys, 4 more likes required for the 90 likes. Let's keep it going. 4 more likes required. Let's run it up. Let's run it up, people. Let's get it done, guys. Come on. Let's run this up. It's free. It takes seconds to do. You lot are better than this. You lot are better than this. There's 3 likes to go now. There's definitely 3 people in there that haven't smashed that like button. So let's just do it, guys. Any questions from anyone in the chat for the last sort of 5 minutes or so? Please do let me know. Anything Chelsea related? Let's do it. You know, let's finish with a little bit of a Q&A from the chat. You know, I've said my piece about the game. Let's wait and see. We're gonna wait and see. But yeah, what are you lot saying in the chat? Other games tomorrow. I mean, what, Man United, Southampton, probably draw. I don't even know what other games are on tomorrow. To be honest, I haven't even looked. I'll have a look a little bit. I'll have a look a little bit later on tonight. But yeah, this is key now for us. This is key for us. This is the beginning of a tough run of fixtures. And we gotta start doing it. Yeah, the fixtures are difficult. And we've got to start getting a run together, guys. Get a run together. Let's see what we can do. I'm hopeful, but we're gonna have to stay disciplined tomorrow. No, very minimal. I think he could play against Barrow in the FA Cup. In the League Cup. Other than that, I don't see him playing in the Premier League unless there's some sort of injury crisis. That's the honest reality, guys. That's my thoughts on Chile. I think he's been named in the squad because he needs to be. You know, he's not taking the place of anyone else, and obviously he feels he counts as homegrown, so he's going to be one of the homegrown players. So I don't see that being an issue. I don't see that being an issue. Yes, agreed. But no, I don't see Chile playing unless it's literally Barrow in the cup or any others. I'm personally not seeing that one. Not seeing it for me. But look, it's not a surprise that he's been named in the Premier League squad. Not a surprise at all. It's really not. I mean, Akinpong's not going to play either. He'd be a better option than a jet-lagged Caicedo or Disasi playing out of position, sure. And you could argue this is how you should take advantage of the academy in moments like this. But yeah, I don't know. For me, I still think that's a big call. I think to be in the match squad, it's a big call. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Man United and Arsenal are the team that really take my for sure. Yeah, I don't know when Gusto's going to be back. Yeah, but that's one pre-season game. I don't think that's something to hold against him. I don't think that's something to hold against the guy. People, 9 more likes to 100 likes. Let's run it up. Hope we win tomorrow. I agree. That's the question that everyone would love to know the answers to. and we don't have the answers. Maresca said he still needs more time. Basically, Reece is not even back in full training. So, yeah, make of that what you will. He's not going to play tomorrow. He's not going to play against West Ham. And I don't even think he's going to play against fucking Brighton either. I'd be surprised if we saw him until before the next international break. I really, really would. Yeah, bro, I do as well. I think we all do. I think we all do, guys. I think that's something we can all agree on there, that we do all miss Reece James doing his thing for Chelsea. You know, I think we can safely say that is the case. We do miss him doing his thing. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Appreciate all the love and support as always. It's greatly appreciated. I hope not. My score prediction tomorrow, I'm going 1-1 draw for me. 1-1 draw. So yeah. I mean, there were some links. I don't know how serious they were, but maybe it's something the club might look at. I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Big yourselves up. I'll be back tomorrow. Match day vlog will be dropping. Guys, what would you prefer? Match day vlog dropping in the evening after the game? So like sort of 10, 11 o'clock? No, it'd be more like 11 o'clock-ish. Or would you prefer it to drop like Sunday morning at like 10 or something like that? Let me know. Maybe I'll just put it straight up after the game, or maybe I'll say it Sunday morning. I'm not sure what the plan's going to be there. But yeah, guys, stay for the match day vlog for tomorrow. That'll be dropping, I think, after the game. If not, it'll be Sunday morning. And yeah, guys, love for the support as always. And yeah, please smash the likes on the way out. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new round here as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Guys, we're 8 likes away from 100. We've got a couple of Saturday after the game. We've got Sunday morning at around 10. Sunday morning, a second after the game. Yeah, I mean, that's not quite going to happen. But yeah, anyway, guys, love for the support as always. On the way out, smash the likes. We need 8 more likes to 100. So smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here. Love for all the support. Appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Have a good day tomorrow. I'll catch you lot in the vlog. Up the Chelsea, and peace out.